I try not to think too much about Anastasia, especially when it comes to her death. What's done is done. Nothing I can change about that night now. Sorry, Evgeny. Maybe if we met later in my vampiric life, things would have worked out differently. Looking back, it may have been a bit cynical of me to save Demyan, only to kill him shortly after. I like to think that I've become less bloodthirsty with time, but I may not be the most objective judge. Rest in peace, Demyan. Sweet, trusting Roman. Sometimes I think there could have been something special between the two of us, but no point in dwelling on it now, is there? For decades, I've tortured myself over what happened that night outside of Town Hall. Although Gosha, along with many of the prisoners, managed to survive the explosion, she just couldn't live with herself knowing that she, although indirectly, caused so many deaths.
No regrets.
I'll admit, it was difficult to get over her passing, especially knowing the part I played in it. Rest in peace, Gosha. Of course, I never really got to know Petya. After all, we only had one chance to talk. But he seemed like such a genuine, kind person. It's a shame what happened to him at the Countess's banquet. Sometimes I wonder if Elisa was actually onto something when she tried to resurrect him. But then again, when I think about it logically, it just seems silly. Despite everything, I still consider myself a woman of science. Was killing Oleg the right thing to do? Or was I too rash with my decision? But history does not care for what-ifs. I wonder if the Rusalka is still out there somewhere. Is she finally at peace? When I delivered the package for Kolya, I didn't realize just how much pain and destruction it would bring to the town. Of course, Ivan himself didn't quite know either, since few knew who and what hid underneath Town Hall. The impassioned speech delivered by Ivan, the mesmerizing flames dancing around the building, these reflected the rage and frustrations of the people. It was only later that the crowd started to see the events of that fateful night in a different light. In the chaos of the riot, Ivan managed to escape. He later gained notoriety amongst anarchists and radical members of the movement as the man who gets things done. Some say he was involved in the assassination attempts on the head of state in the early 1900s, and some treat him as a hero. I will refrain from casting historical judgment. However, as someone who knew Ivan personally, I can say this with certainty. A hero he was not. I still often think about the night I killed Faina. Out of all the things I've done over the century, it might have been the most terrible one. Rest in peace, please. I'm sorry. Trophime. Salt of the earth. You didn't have much luck in this lifetime, did you? Hope whoever's around you now treats you better than we did. Marusa was full of promise, and I took it all away from her in a single night. If I was put in a position to choose someone in town to perish, she would not have been high on my list. But alas, I am not, and can do nothing now to remedy it. Rest in peace, Marusa. I did what I came for.